Hey guys, what is up? We're back at it again with another insane video. Today, we're diving deep, and I mean deep, into the dark side of YouTube. We're talking about creators who face the ultimate consequence for their content, losing their citizenship. Can you even imagine? 1 minute you're making videos in your bedroom, the next you're an international fugitive. We're talking about some of the biggest names on the platform. Danny Gonzalez, Gooden, Kurtis Conner. These guys were on top of the world, but then, bam! Their lives changed forever. Get ready to have your minds blown because some of these stories are so wild, so unbelievable, you'd swear I was making them up. But trust me, the truth is often stranger than fiction. Alright, let's start with Danny Gonzalez, the king of comedy himself. Known for his quick wit and hilarious skits, Danny has built a massive following online. We all know Danny for his hilarious skits and ridiculous characters. His ability to make people laugh is unparalleled, and his fans adore him for it. But what you probably don't know is that one of his pranks went so wrong, it landed him in serious hot water with the government. Yes, you heard that right, the government. It all started with a video that would change Danny's life forever. He had no idea that this seemingly innocent prank would spiral out of control. He decided to pull an epic prank on his viewers, creating a fake letter from the government that looked so real. It was scary. The attention to detail was impeccable. The letter claimed that, due to new laws, all citizens had to submit a video of themselves doing the Macarena or face deportation. It was absurd, but that was the point. Of course, Danny's fans knew it was a joke. They laughed it off and shared it widely, thinking it was just another one of his brilliant pranks. But the problem was, the letter somehow ended up in the wrong hands. Like, really wrong hands. It was passed around and eventually reached people who didn't get the joke. We're talking government officials, people in suits with badges, the whole 9 yards. They took the letter very seriously. They did not find Danny's prank funny. In fact, they were furious and saw it as a potential threat. In fact, they considered it a threat to national security. The letter had caused a significant stir, and they were determined to get to the bottom of it. Next thing you know, there are black SUVs pulling up to Danny's house. It was like a scene straight out of a movie. Men in sunglasses are banging on his door. The situation had escalated beyond anything Danny could have imagined. Danny's freaking out. He doesn't know what to do. Panic set in as he realized the gravity of the situation. He calls his lawyer, but it's too late. The officials were already there, and there was no turning back. They're already at his door. Danny had to face the consequences of his prank, and it was a lesson he would never forget. So picture this. Danny's in his room, freaking out. He's pacing back and forth, his mind racing with 1,000 thoughts. The walls feel like they're closing in on him. He hears the pounding on the door getting louder. Each thud sends a jolt of fear through his body. He knows he has to get out of there, but how? He looks around frantically, his eyes darting from one corner of the room to the other, and that's when he sees it. His emergency backpack, the one he packed for situations just like this, the one he always jokes about using if the government ever came for him. He grabs the backpack, his hands trembling, throws on a disguise, a wig, sunglasses, the works, hoping it will be enough to throw them off his trail, and makes a run for it. His heart is pounding in his chest as he bolts for the back door. He manages to slip out the back door just as the feds are breaking down the front door. The sound of splintering wood echoes behind him. He's running through the streets, heart pounding, his breath coming in short, ragged gasps, not knowing where to go. Every alley looks the same, every shadow a potential threat.
Meanwhile, the news is blowing up. Every channel is covering the story. Danny Gonzalez on the run from authorities. The headlines scream. His face is plastered everywhere. They're showing his picture everywhere, making it impossible for him to hide. Calling him a menace to society, a danger to everyone around him, a danger to national security. It's insane. The media frenzy is painting him as a villain. Danny's on his own now, a lone figure in a city that's turned against him. A fugitive in his own country. He's constantly looking over his shoulder, every person a potential threat. He knows he has to clear his name to prove his innocence. But how can he fight the government when they think he's a threat? The odds are stacked against him, but he's determined to find a way.
Now let's talk about Gooden. You know him, you love him, the king of dissecting weird internet trends. Drew has always had a knack for diving deep into the bizarre corners of the web, unraveling the oddities that most of us scroll past. But one day, Drew decided to tackle a topic so controversial, so mind-blowing, that it would put him on the government's radar. This wasn't just another quirky internet trend. It was something much bigger, something that had the potential to shake the very foundations of what we thought we knew. He announced he was making a documentary that would expose the truth about, well, I can't actually say what it was about. The secrecy only added to the intrigue, making everyone even more eager to see what Drew had uncovered. Let's just say it involved some very powerful people, and they were not happy about Drew poking around in their business. These were individuals who thrived in the shadows, and they were determined to keep it that way. Drew's documentary dropped, and the internet exploded. People were shook. The revelations were so shocking, so unexpected, that it felt like the entire digital world was holding its breath. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. The documentary peeled back layers of deception, revealing truths that had been hidden for years. The video went viral instantly, racking up millions of views in just a few hours. It was as if everyone on the internet had stopped what they were doing to watch Drew's groundbreaking work. It was trending everywhere, and the comments were going wild. People from all walks of life were chiming in, sharing their thoughts, their disbelief, and their newfound awareness. But then, things took a dark turn. The video suddenly disappeared. Gone. Vanished from the internet. People started freaking out. It was as if the documentary had never existed, leaving a void that was quickly filled with speculation and fear. Where did the video go? What happened to Drew? The disappearance sparked a frenzy of theories, with fans and followers desperate for answers. The mystery deepened, and the hunt for the truth began anew. The truth is, the government had gotten to me. They saw my documentary as a threat, a form of propaganda that could expose their secrets and undermine their authority. They moved quickly, using their power to scrub the video from the internet and silence me before I could do any more damage.
Drew was visited by some very serious-looking individuals in suits. We warned him to stop his investigation, to delete the documentary, and to never speak of it again. We made it clear that his safety, his freedom, depended on his cooperation.
I was shaken. I'd always been fearless in my pursuit of the truth, but this was different. This was bigger than me. I knew I couldn't fight them, not alone. I had to disappear, to go into hiding before they came for me.
Now Kurtis Conner, the king of chaotic good, the master of making fun of the ridiculous. I've always pushed boundaries, but this time, I went too far. It all started with a throwaway joke in one of my videos. It was a silly jab at, let's just say, a very sensitive topic. I didn't think much of it at the time. It was just a joke, right? But the internet never forgets. The clip was taken out of context, shared and reshared, until it went viral for all the wrong reasons. People were outraged. They accused me of being disrespectful, insensitive, even hateful. The hashtag #CancelKurtisConner was trending worldwide. I tried to apologize, to explain that it was just a joke, but the damage was done. The court of public opinion had spoken, and the verdict was guilty. But it wasn't just online backlash that I had to worry about. The joke had caught the attention of, let's just say, some very important people. People with power. People who did not find my brand of humor amusing. Suddenly, I was being hit with lawsuits, accusations, threats. My social media accounts were suspended. My videos were being taken down. I was being silenced, erased from the internet. I knew I couldn't stay in my own country. It wasn't safe. I had to disappear, to start over somewhere new, somewhere they would never find me. So there you have it, guys. 3 YouTubers, 3 unbelievable stories of how their online lives came crashing down around them. Were they right to push the boundaries? Were they wrong to speak truth to power? You decide. But here's the thing. These stories aren't just about YouTubers. They're about all of us. They're about the power of the internet, the importance of free speech, and the very real consequences of speaking out against those in control. We live in a world where the lines between online and offline are becoming increasingly blurred. What we say and do online can have real-world consequences, both positive and negative. Chapter 8. Fight for your right to post. We need to be aware of these consequences, to be mindful of the power of our words, and to use our voices responsibly. But we also need to fight for our right to speak freely, to express ourselves without fear of censorship or reprisal. The internet is a powerful tool for communication, for connection, for change. We can't let those in power silence us, control us, dictate what we can and cannot say. We need to stand up for our right to post, to share, to create. We need to support each other, to amplify marginalized voices, and to hold those in power accountable. Chapter 9. The stories continue. And remember, these are just 3 stories out of countless others. There are YouTubers out there right now facing censorship, harassment, and even legal action for their content. We need to be aware of these stories, to share them, and to stand up for those who are being silenced. But it's not just about YouTubers. It's about journalists, activists, artists, anyone who dares to speak truth to power. We need to protect freedom of speech for everyone, everywhere. The fight for a free and open internet is a fight for our future. It's a fight we need to win. Chapter 10. Stay woke, stay strong. So what can you do? First, educate yourself. Learn about online censorship, digital rights, and the ways in which governments and corporations are trying to control the internet. Second, speak out. Use your voice to raise awareness, to challenge injustice, and to support those who are being silenced. Third, Get involved. Support organizations that are fighting for a free and open internet. Contact your elected officials and demand that they protect our digital rights. Outro, what do you think? And that's not all. Did you hear about the YouTuber who almost lost their citizenship for live streaming from a restricted area? They were just trying to give their viewers a behind-the-scenes look at their travels, but they ended up in hot water with the authorities. It's a whole other story for another time, but trust me, it's wild. So what do you guys think? Which YouTuber's story shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more insane stories from the dark side of YouTube. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Stay safe out there, my internet fam.